What a game in L.A. yesterday. Dak Prescott and the Cowboys taking on Justin Herbert and the Chargers. Superstar young quarterbacks picking up first quarter. Cowboys up 7-3. And Dan, this is Tony Pollard.
Greeny, he just gives an explosive element to this offense. You can use him quick flat, turns into an 11-yard gain. His burst is big for this football team.
But don't forget about Zeke.
Just the right side of that offensive line, completely denting the defensive line. Huge touchdown for Dallas.
14-3 Cowboys. End of the third now. We're tied at 14. Chargers in the red zone. Justin Herbert was great, but here's a big mistake.
Yeah, red zone defense was huge for the Cowboys. A little miscommunication on the inside receiver. Keenan Allen slips on the outside. Big turnover for this secondary.
So now, this is a huge situation here. Under 6 to go. Cowboys are up 17-14. Chargers look like they have a touchdown to Jared Cook, but wait, there's a flag.
Yeah, Greeny, I hate the officiating, but this is the right call. The receiver actually at the top to the right of the screen moves at the same time as Jared Cook. 2 men in motion. It's the right penalty.
That was the right call. Was this the right call, Ryan Clark? Just as Herbert being chased by Micah Parsons, they're going to rule him down. RC, what about this?
This is a terrible call. Herbert is fighting. He's still moving back. He makes a football play. You have to allow them to get the ball at the line of scrimmage.
This is why I hate the officiating. He's a 6'5", 240-pound quarterback. Still trying to throw the ball away. That's an awful call.
That's ruled a sack on the field. Chargers wound up kicking a field goal, so we're tied at 17. That sets up Dak. That's Zeke. They got a first down. 2nd and 5 now. It's Dak. He's looking for Amari Cooper, who'd be banged up on the play, but they're moving the ball with a chance to win it.
Yeah, simple completions. It's a great throw by Dak to put it right on his chest, avoid contact, big play.
Now I want you to watch the clock on the bottom of your screen. The game clock here is Pollard gets a handoff. They're at the 38-yard line. There's still over 20 seconds left. Wait a minute. What are we doing here? They're not calling a timeout. They had one. They didn't call it until there were 4 seconds remaining. So that means Greg Zuerlein needs to make a 56-yard field goal, or that man, Mike McCarthy, is going to get skewered on national television this morning. And so with the eyes of the world watching him, that's Greg, the leg, and he's got it from 56 yards away. The Cowboys win. The celebration is on. The mandatory shot of Jerry Jones celebrating in the box. Let me see it. There he is. Cowboys.
Jerry.
And they get the win.
That's what you do it for the ball in your hands, for a chance to go win it. That's why I was talking to the offense, telling them that. We talked about it all week long, and now we've got the game in a position that we want it. So it's on us to go capitalize and go finish this game off, and we're able to get it in field goal range, and it was just a relief, right? I mean, the first win of many, and the first one's usually the hardest, and it was.
I mean, Dan, that's the game they always lose, right?
Yeah. They finally win it. And over the past 2 or 3 years, they've lost that game. 2 reasons why. Selflessness and composure. They ran the football. Granted, the offensive line was good. This was about the selflessness of these receivers blocking. Watch CeeDee Lamb, the bottom of the screen, bully the corner, push him back into the safety, who then has to run over the top. That's a touchdown. Let's watch Amari Cooper, the $100 million receiver. RC, you notice, this is Derwin James at the end of the line of scrimmage. He got to scrape down. Coop, get your head across his helmet. That's a beautiful block. This block by Amari Cooper is big time. Watch, he's going to go bottom of screen. He's going to go really crack on that safety. Bang, corner follows him, and then the back is allowed to get on the outside. Now, I said this offensive line was great, but the selflessness by the receivers blocking was big, and then composure in the 2-minute drill. The 3rd and 6 to Zeke, great completion. That's a huge composure play by Dak Prescott. The slant to Amari Cooper, I mentioned it before. You got to put it on his chest right there. Easy throw, but hard in the moment to make. And then to kick that ball out to Wilson just to get 4 or 5 more yards. This is composure in the moment. The Cowboys had run 14 plays in the second half until that 2-minute drill. Talk about striking in the right moment. The selflessness by the receivers, the composure by the quarterback, big time for that win.
Fair, but Rex, those are the things that I think we knew they had.
Right.
We didn't think they had any defense at all. Now they do?
No, absolutely. And you got to give credit to Dan Quinn. And when they made the hire of Dan Quinn, I'm like, how do you get a job when you're the worst defense in the league, pass defense in the league, at Atlanta?
Right.
But then he said, I got to go back and evaluate what we do defensively. You're dang right you do. But when he did, I give him credit. He actually did. And look, I wanted to dismiss what they did the first week. They got 4 takeaways against Tampa, and I'm like, they gifted you those, which they did. But they're still getting 2 turnovers in this game. It's big. And finally, guess what? Dallas can actually play some defense. Look, they ain't the 85 Bears, but they're hanging in there. And guys, did we see
11?
a beast? Are you kidding me? That Parsons kid?
Micah Parsons.
Like, hey, he just found a new position, Ryan. Why the hell would you move him to inside linebacker?
Listen, innovation is about necessity, right? And they had to get creative with Micah Parsons because you lose DeMarcus Lawrence. But here's what's huge about the Dallas Cowboys defense yesterday. They weren't just bad last year. They were historically bad. Right. The amount of points that this team gave up, it wouldn't matter if you had Dak Prescott. It doesn't matter if you have poise or selflessness on offense because you were going to give up 40 points.
Yeah.
And to be playing a team like the Los Angeles Chargers with Allen, with Williams, with Cook, with Justin Herbert, one of the brightest young stars in football, and hold them to 17 points, that is a huge feat for Dan Quinn. And Rex mentioned a little bit about going back and looking at what they had done. I talked to people in Dallas, and here's what happened once Dan Quinn was hired and he got his coaches. They all went in and they built the playbook together. So he grabbed these different coaches and he said, okay, what do you like in the past? How do you like to play cover 3? How do you like to blitz? How do you play fire zone? And they built the playbook. And so now it's about the Dallas Cowboys and the pieces they have on the field. We saw that yesterday.
And by the way, Micah Parsons was the best defensive player in this draft for a reason. He was all over the field yesterday. Now, we saw it in the highlight. They, somewhat inexplicably, allowed the clock to tick down to 4 seconds to set up for a 56-yard game-winning field goal. It goes through, so they win the game anyway. But now let's get the explanation for the inexplicable. Here was Mike McCarthy on that situation.
The clock I was watching went off the board, and then the clock Kellen had, I think he said a camera, he got blocked by a camera guy. So the communication was great from up top, and and obviously you want to call that timeout between 3 and 4 seconds. So.
I'm sorry, I have no idea.
You ain't got to
lie.
Rex, what was that like?
Look, that's what it is. It's like, did you notice Ryan too? It goes, he tells a lie. Then you tell another lie. Then you tell another lie, and it just keeps going. Man, I've seen this a million times with kids. It's like, dude, you're busted. Like, this is you want to talk about composure. I love the fact you brought up composure.
About a quarterback.
Dan, about the quarterback. You know who didn't have composure? The head coach. Then what the hell? What are you kidding me? You have the whole field. You could have worked the whole field.
That's my thing. You want us to believe that there's 2 coaches on your staff. You and Kellen Moore.
Oh my God!
There's nobody else.
But here's the thing that absolutely kills me. Well, we got a field goal range. No, you didn't. It's a 56-yard field goal. That is not field goal range. My goodness!
If you watch Greg Zuerlein kick last week, there's no way in hell you want him kicking a 56-yard field goal to win the game. The other part is this: when people lie, they get really specific, right? And also, and the other part is
teach us about lying.
Let me tell y'all. And the other part is too: you only speak about the stuff you know. I couldn't see, and I knew that Kellen Moore had a camera in front of him. Now the rest of the coaches that we have, they just stupid, but we're not gonna mention them.
Hey, Kellen, you make sure you tell them you couldn't see it either. All right, we're good.
I'm sorry. But you know what? The bottom line is this, though. We looked at Mike McCarthy coming in from Green Bay.